What up, folks? Once again, it's your boy Chicago, the handsome liberal. I just wanted to make a video real quick. They have issued an arrest warrant for Brian Laundrie, and it is exactly the shit we were talking about on this channel just 2 days ago. Before I drop that on you real quick, like I always, hit the like button at the end of this video if you like and you feel what I'm talking about. Feel free to hit the dislike button if you don't. And as always, punch that subscribe or do that shit for daddy. Okay. Brian Laundrie, an arrest warrant has been issued. A couple days ago, I dropped a video, and I invite you to go back and check it out. It's called Brian Laundrie, The Perfect Murder, ? Did he commit the perfect murder? Is he going to get away with this shit? And I asked you to drop a number in the comments from 1 to 10 if you thought he was going to get away with it. Check out what happened today. Exactly what I said. I said, even though he may get away with this, the public outcry against him is so strong, and we all believe he committed murder, that they're going to arrest him for something, no matter how little it is. Arrest warrant's been issued. Guess what they're charging him with? Using Gabby's credit card after she died. So using someone's credit card after they're dead. Now, this obviously means they got to prove that she was dead on the day he used the card, which is another hurdle for them. I don't know when he used the card. I don't. All of this autopsy shit is above my pay grade. But they can give a roundabout time, or time when she expired. Rigor mortis, insects, things that happen to a body after it expires, fluids, bloating, all of that nasty stuff that we don't want to think about that would happen to a pretty girl like Gabby. But the forensic examiners are gonna deal with that, and they'll issue an approximate time of death. And then we'll have to see if it coincides with that credit card. Even still, this is a very small charge, folks. Even if he's convicted of it. I mean, what is, for a person with no criminal record, using somebody's credit card to take a few $100, I'm sure it wasn't thousands of dollars. I mean, this is nothing. But, like I said before, he is making a fool of the system. We all know he freaking killed her. But it's so clean, they have no evidence on him. So get him for whatever you can. Hopefully we can get him into lockup and work on him. I mentioned in my video a perfect murder. Once the police lock a person up, sometimes them demons get to rolling in their head because they're in that cell by themselves, and all of those evil thoughts come to mind. And sometimes you can get a person to confess or whatever. They just want somebody to talk to. That cell and the walls can get to them. Not to mention, potentially violence in jail and all kinds of other things that make you want to yell, "Get me out of here." He's not getting out, so confess. There is no benefit. I mentioned this in another video too about should Brian Laundrie come forward and talk to police, because everybody said he looks guilty as hell by talking to police. And I mentioned in that video, there is zero benefit for Brian Laundrie to come forward when everybody already have tried and convicted him in a court of public opinion. So keeping silent is in his best interest. I'm not going to say he didn't murder her. Obviously, I believe he did. But as far as advising him what his counsel would do, or if he was my son, or if he was my brother, or somebody I cared about, I would tell him, keep doing what you're doing. Keep your mouth shut. I know if you want to get it off your conscience and all of that, yeah, but realize that probably comes with a life sentence in Wyoming somewhere, or in a federal facility where you're going to be miles away from home, so you can't even get visitors. That's what happens if you confess. If that makes you feel like you're a better man jumping into that situation, assuming they don't give you the fucking death penalty, then do it. But most people are not going to do something like that. There's no benefit to it. And like I said, they're hoping that if we can get him into lockup and separate him from his attorneys, maybe we can work on him. Maybe we can have some inmates work on him. Maybe something can crack in him. Because as long as he's doing what he's doing right now, he's doing a pretty good job at keeping him at bay. And like I said in the video, I'm going to keep plugging A Perfect Murder. They got the car. They got Gabby's body. They got all of the electronics involved with both of these people, in phones, credit cards, tracking of where they've been driving around. And after all of that, including, I'm sure they got all the electronics on Brian's parents at this point too, there is no arrest warrant issued for Brian in regards to murdering Gabby. What does that say? They don't have enough to charge him. I keep saying a perfect murder. He's done it to the point where the lawyer that they got for him right off the bat, and I'm assuming that's his parents, they got that lawyer for him so quick. That lawyer pretty much looked at probably what he told him and said, you know, if you don't say anything, there's not a lot of room for them to go further with that. I'm sure the FBI is trying. I've mentioned it several times. They got hundreds of people on this shit. They digging up swamps. I'm sure there's police in Wyoming dealing with it. The Utah police have to backtrack what happened with them there. They're talking to witnesses in Utah. Florida is all around his home. That's each individual state. I mean, Utah, Wyoming, Florida. That's 3. And you got to assume they're looking for Brian all across the country. There's got to be well over 100 agents or regular state police or regular police on this. I mean, you know, did this happen in a forest, a national park or something like that where they found a body or something? I mean, every police, because those places have their own law enforcement too. So there's a lot of badges that are working on this. And out of all of that, there is no arrest warrant. This has got to be something like Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive, where you got one cop and he's taking all the information from all of these other departments and they're trying to coordinate some shit so that they can get something on Brian. I said before that they were going to throw something, even without any evidence, they're going to take even the smallest amount. I even used that symbol. They're going to take the smallest amount of anything they can find and they're going to arrest this dude. And that's what they've done. They got him on, you know, using her card after she passed away. And even in that, if he fights that, they got to prove that she was dead at the time he used the card. So you got to call in forensic examiners and all kinds of shit just to prove that. That wouldn't be happening if Gabby was not dead. They wouldn't put a nationwide manhunt out for a dude that used a credit card and took a few $100 out for it. It'd be a warrant for his arrest. And I don't know about a federal. I don't know. I think that this is obviously happening because we all realize that Brian Laundrie has killed Gabby and he's skirting the system and pissing everybody off. Kind of like OJ. We really want this guy and he's finding ways, as bad as it looks, to, you know, find loopholes in the system. His parents, the lawyer, whatever, they've advised this guy pretty good. And I'm still going to rock with my video. Perfect murder. I think that, you know, as long as he followed the advice of his counsel and probably his parents, keep his mouth shut, keep his head low, he may never ultimately be charged with her murder. So we'll see what happens. What do you guys think in the comments? I'm asking the same question I asked before. They got a warrant for him now. He'll be caught soon. I'm guessing his lawyer will have him turn himself in. Go to an obscure location that is nowhere near where the hell you've been. Turn yourself in and don't say shit about where you've been the last few days. The lawyer's going to advise him, don't even answer that. You want me? Here I am. That's going to be one of those cases. Yeah, I mean, he's going to follow along that path. I'm asking you a question once again. In the comments, scale of 1 to 10. Same question I asked in a perfect murder video. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 being he's going to probably get away with this like OJ. 1 being he'll be thrown in prison for the rest of his life. Scale of 1 to 10. What do you think is his chances of actually getting away with this? I'm not saying that he won't be charged with smaller crimes, potentially lying to the feds, this credit card shit they got, you know, carrying her purse across state lines, some ridiculous shit. They're going to throw everything they can at this guy. But as far as the main crime, which is murdering Gabby, scale of 1 to 10. What do you think? What do you think are the chances that he's going to go down for that crime and that crime alone? Holla at your boy Chicago, the handsome liberal. This is a fascinating case. I mean, I've talked about everything from white women missing syndrome and all of the privilege and all of that. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, Gabby's dead. I think she was potentially a violent woman, but she didn't deserve this shit. I mean, whether he snapped or whatever, just like I don't think Lorena Bobbitt, when she snapped, I don't think he deserved to lose his member. You know, if it's not right when a man does it, it's not right when a woman does it, goddammit. And a lot of people believe that if a woman is being beaten, it's okay if she goes off and, you know, does something to the guy that's 10 times worse. But we don't take that from a man. That's bullshit. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But scale of 1 to 10. I just want to know. I'm going to stop this video. I don't want it to get too long because this is still an ongoing situation. But It's following along the lines of what I said in The Perfect Murder. I'll link that video in the comments. Holla at your boy.